Alright, so it's that time of the year once more for us to update our banner prediction timeline and discuss what we could potentially see within the year 2024. This video is to serve as a discussion on what we could potentially expect, while at the same time being a good little quick breakdown on what to potentially save for, when to expect the next big banner on Brave Souls, and what banners should you realistically be saving for, especially if you are free to play, even more so if you recently just started the game. Now keep in mind that this is a prediction banner timeline, so we're not guaranteed to get any of these right here. We could always be wrong, keep that in mind, but it's still good to know when to expect a big upcoming banner. At the same time, understand there are a few guarantees when it comes to this list. For example, end of month July. July in general is going to be the anniversary for Bleach Brave Souls, in this case the 9th anniversary, and that's pretty much guaranteed to be a set of new 1000-year Blood War banners. June end of month is always set to be swimsuits. It's been that every single year. And then in December, mid-month is always Christmas themed, while the end of month banner, end of year banner is going to be 1000-year Blood War. So those are the few guarantees. Usually, especially for July and December, those are the two banners you want to summon on, right? In any given year, while we are going to get some exceptional characters, some really exciting and hype characters, the end of month of July and the end of month of December are always the biggest banners of the year, and they're usually the ones that you want to be saving your orbs for when the time does get close. Additionally, there are two things I need to talk about. First up, Burn the Witch. Now, unlike last year, we haven't gone into the year expecting a Burn the Witch banner. They haven't announced any. But what we did see last year, especially for the end of month of September, is that they gave us the Burn the Witch banner prior to ever announcing a new collaboration round. Previously, every Burn the Witch banner that did come out was always announced in advance, so we know to expect one. But since end of month September did bring us a Halloween Burn the Witch banner with no prior announcement, that therefore means that any month, any mid-month, end of month in the year 2024 could actually end up being a Burn the Witch banner. Keep that in mind. Additionally, second point, 1000-year Blood War can be mid-month banners. Now, we did see that at the end of 2023. November mid-month gave us a Esno and also Byakuya, and we have no idea how common or rare these 1000-year Blood War mid-months are going to be. And no matter when we get it in the year 2024, if we do get another 1000-year Blood War mid-month, it's always going to come out as a massive surprise. So keep that in mind too. Any of these upcoming mid-month banners throughout the entire year could surprisingly bring us a 1000-year Blood War banner. We just can never expect when that's going to happen, if it ever does happen again. With that said though, now let's jump into the meat of the video and discuss what we could be getting in the year 2024. So obviously, since we are doing this a tad bit late, I was recently in Japan in January, then I came back ill. I'm kind of catching up to all the videos I initially planned to release at the start of the year. So since then, we've already missed 3 banners, but to no one's surprise, it's exactly what we do expect. January mid-month was a premium banner. That was what was expected. Last year, it was a New Year's banner. That seemed to be a one-off. Usually January mid-month and also February mid-month are always premium banners, and that would have been my guess anyway. January end of month was of course a Valentine's themed banner. That again is also one of the guarantees every single year. January end of month is always going to be Valentine's themed. Even if it isn't a traditional Valentine's themed banner, it always does feature seasonal characters, most likely more than not 3 female characters. This year though, they did go down the traditional route, giving us 3 females cooking up some chocolates for their husbandos. So with that, we are now leading up to the end of month of February, and my guess is that it's going to be a 1000-year Blood War banner. Now again, it's not guaranteed to happen, but what I would like to think, and what we have been seeing for the last couple of so years, is that February end of month usually does bring us one of the more exciting banners of the entire year. Just to give some past examples, right? 2 years ago, we had a Spirits Are Forever With You banner with Yoruichi and Soifon. The year prior, we had a Can't For You Old banner with Tsukishima, Ginjo, and also Mayuri. And then the year prior to that, I believe it was actually a 1000-year Blood War banner with Tanjiro, Kiryu, and also Senjumaru. So you can see, looking at those 3 examples, every February usually does bring us a very exciting limited time banner. But then we look at last year. Last year didn't bring us a 1000-year Blood War banner, nor did it bring us Spirits Are Forever With You. But even then, even when they couldn't give us a limited time banner, they gave us a premium set of characters, but they made sure to make it exciting, giving us a remake of Quincy Ichigo, one of the best characters of the entire year, a remake of an anniversary character, and then they also threw in Tenza and Ishin, some of the better premium characters of the entire year. So what this tells me, what I expect going into any year, is that February end of month is always going to be the first big banner of the year. Usually, when it comes to new characters, the only ones that are really ever super exciting, that get people spending their orbs, sometimes even money, of course, is end of month banners. Now, January end of month is always reserved for Valentine's themed characters, so that really can only bring so much excitement. And the way I see it, when it comes to hype, and for Caleb's sake, you want to have a very exciting hype banner like 1000-year Blood War, or some really exciting premium characters characters like, let's say, Monster Eisen, for example, every 2 or so months. That way, there's always going to be something exciting to look forward to, well, at least when it comes to new characters, and also at the same time for us, the player base, it potentially gives you time to save orbs. 2 months of saving can potentially get you up to 6,000 orbs if you are able to get every possible free-to-play orb. On the lower end, you might be able to save up 4,000 orbs, which is still a decent amount of orbs to summon on any given banner. Especially now that we have a pity system, so you do want to be skipping banners, and you do want to be saving for these exciting banners. So February end of month, I am expecting 1,000 Year Blood War. If it isn't 1,000 Year Blood War, I'm expecting something at least exciting, because otherwise, Caleb are going to be dropping the momentum, right? Now, to a certain extent, keep in mind there is a chance it could be White Day themed. We did see at the end of January once more that we went back to the traditional Valentine's themed banners, 1 character being a remake, 2 new ones. We very well could see the same thing happen for the end of month of February. Now, when it comes to Valentine's/White Day themed banners, females Valentine's themed characters have always gotten the better treatment. By that, they've always been end of month characters. When it comes to White Day, they're always mid-month characters. One time, a few years ago, they were an end-of-month banner. So it's hard to say. There's always a chance the White Day themed banner that I'm expecting for mid-month of March could actually end up being end of month of February, or at the same time, they could do it at the end of March. But my guess for the time being is that end of month February is going to be 1,000 Year Blood War, mid-month of March is going to be the White Day themed banner, and then end of month of March, I mean, there's a chance it could be another 1,000 Year Blood War, but I'm hoping it's a premium character. A premium set of characters. It's nice to get a premium end of month banner every now and then. It not only serves as a cooldown month for us to save some orbs, but Caleb could also use the opportunity, one of the few times we could be potentially getting an end of month premium banner, as a way to give us some really exciting characters. I know most of the time we always recommend saving for those limited 1,000 Year Blood War characters. Burn the Witch, for example, any limited characters are always worth summoning on over premium characters, which you could get later on through tickets. But it is still nice to have those premium characters that are good and exciting. That's what I'm hoping to see at the end of month of March. What could those characters be? I'm not too sure, but I, again, would still love to see a Monster Eisen one day, sometime this year. Now, I guess it is worth mentioning, if for some reason end of month February isn't 1,000 Year Blood War, then I'm expecting end of month March to be 1,000 Year Blood War. Because if you don't know, every 3 or so months, we get the 7-step terrible banner, and we also do get a special move source. Now, the good thing is, they kind of got rid of this 7-step banner. I don't expect that to happen ever again, and maybe for the first part of the 9th anniversary, but what it looks like, since we did see at the end of the year, the 7-step banner, the bad step-up format, is kind of a thing of the past, and now they're going to be doing 50-step format for those big banners like anniversary and also end of year. So I'm expecting March to bring us a special move source with also a potential hype set of characters. Again, could be premium, could be 1,000 Year Blood War. Now, in the potential chance they don't give us a big celebration for the end of month of March, let's say again the special move source, maybe they do give us a set of premium characters that aren't really anything super exciting, then I'm expecting end of month April to be even bigger. And that's what I expect, because last year, for example, we actually did get the Burn the Witch collaboration Parasol characters, which easily was one of the best banners of the entire year. So I would say, at least for the next 4 or so months, all eyes should be on end of month of February, and also, most importantly, end of month of April. Because again, last year, end of month April was Japanese Parasol Burn the Witch characters, and they were easily some of the most exciting and best characters of the entire year. That aged really, really well. Hopefully, to go alongside this April end of month banner, they do give us a special move source. And the reason why April end of month should and has to be big is because this is Golden Week. Now, for those that don't know, I'm not fully aware of what Golden Week actually is, but it's a big celebration in Japan, you know, a week-long holiday where usually, for us Westerners, it means it's a time for gacha games to do big banners. And this is going to include basically every potential gacha game that you do play, including Bleach Brave Souls. April end of month should bring us a new set of 1,000 Year Blood War characters, maybe a move source, and also, most importantly, should just be some really exciting characters. My guess, if February end of month isn't already starting Season 2 of 1,000 Year Blood War in Bleach Brave Souls, I'm fully expecting April to be some really exciting characters, like Stern Ritters in their Volstanin forms, or maybe even Storyboards using their Bankai Shinji, Sergeant, Renji, for example. Now, if they do make April end of month be a very exciting banner, let's say 1,000 Year Blood War, this is usually the time that I start recommending people to start saving for the 9th anniversary. May end of month usually is hit or miss. My guess is that this year it's going to be a set of premium characters. Last year it was also that. And then once more, if we do get an end of month set of premium characters, I am hoping the character choice is good and they're also really good too. Last year, for example, end of month of May was one of the more disappointing banners of the entire year. 3 base from Espada, not really that good of characters. Nelliel's the only good one. And realistically, that banner could have been played off as a mid-month banner and it would have been okay okay at best. For an end of month, it was really disappointing, so I'm hoping this year KLab do a tad bit better when it comes to end of month banners if they are going to be premium characters. Make sure the character choice is hype, and make sure the characters are also equally as good. And if they are really good, it's also a good time to start just, skipping, because those characters you want to kind of get later on. That then takes it into June. Mid-month of June usually is a premium banner, and then end of month June is going to be swimsuit characters. Now, end of month of June is always the last new banner that we do get up until the 9th anniversary, which will be happening July 23rd. So the best way KLab bait people is by giving us free females in a swimsuit outfit, and usually they do a good job, especially because they make them really good links or farmers. So end of June usually features free popular females in swimsuits, so it is one of the hardest and most difficult banners to skip because the value is always there, right? Now, going on the topic of Burn the Witch, right? We mentioned earlier they haven't announced a new Burn the Witch banner this entire year, so for all we know, in 2024, we might not even get a new set of Burn the Witch characters. But since they did show that they can give us Burn the Witch characters without even announcing them beforehand, I wouldn't be surprised if June could be a double swimsuit banner. Maybe mid-month June is going to be Burn the Witch, Nini, and Noelle in swimsuits. That's what we were expecting last year when they announced at the start of the year that we were going to be getting a new round of Burn the Witch characters. Little did we know they'd be giving us a Bruno, Macy, and Bargo, but at this point in time, when it comes to Burn the Witch characters, assuming they aren't doing any more canon Burn the Witch characters until they can do more canon characters, they are going to keep giving us Burn the Witch characters in seasonal outfits. And at this point, we've gotten Parasol characters, we've gotten Halloween, and we've gotten Christmas characters too. There aren't that many more seasonal events that KLab could put Noelle and Nini, or just Burn the Witch characters as a whole, in a seasonal outfit. They could have done a Valentine's Burn the Witch banner, but they missed the opportunity to do that. I doubt they're going to do White Day, so there is a potential chance this year we could get a Nini and Noelle, maybe even Bruno, maybe even Macy in a swimsuit outfit. And if they are going to do that, the big question is, are they going to do that for the end of month of June? Because usually what they do like to do, if we do get a Burn the Witch seasonal banner, is that they also like to give us the same seasonal banner with Bleach characters. When we had Burn the Witch Christmas characters 2 weeks prior, we had Bleach Christmas characters. When we got Burn the Witch Parasol characters a few months later, we had Bleach Parasol characters. And then when we got Burn the Witch Halloween characters 2 weeks later, we had Bleach Halloween characters. So I wouldn't be surprised if June mid-month is actually Burn the Witch swimsuits, and then June end of month is also Bleach swimsuit characters. That would probably be like the best way for KLab to bait you into spending orbs right before anniversary. Speaking of anniversary, that then takes it into July. Of course, this is going to be the time you want to save your orbs for. Once more, I would recommend start saving orbs around April time. That should give you enough to summon on part 1 and also part 2. Part 1, we have no idea what the characters will be. Every year it does feature an Ichigo though, keep that in mind. But who knows, maybe this year could be different. But part 1, July 23rd, is going to be the first part of the anniversary. This is going to feature the anniversary character or characters. They are going to be premium, and they're also going to be some of the best characters in the entire game. Now, what we did see last year is that we did get a canon anniversary, so 1000 Year Blood with Ichigo and also White. We could see the same thing happen this year, maybe a Bankai Rukia for the anniversary. I'd be down for that, but I'm hoping for part 1 of the anniversary to be original characters, given that, 1000 Year Blood War is going to be the norm in 2024. I want the anniversary to feel a tad bit more special than just 1000 Year Blood War. But that's exactly what part 2 is for. End of month of July 31st is going to be part 2. That's always 1000 Year Blood War. And as of late, part 2 of the anniversary also does feature maybe even a better character than part 1. So when you do get to the point where you're about to summon on part 1 of the anniversary, make sure you have orbs for part 2. When part 2 gets announced in-game, part 1 of the anniversary will still be up. So if you are low on orbs, it's good to maybe wait and see what part 2 is before you get caught with 0 orbs, especially considering that part 2 of the anniversary are limited characters, so they might be more worthwhile going for when compared to part 1, which will be more widely available. They will be summonable in ticket summons. With that said though, that then takes us into the month of August. I'm expecting mid-month August to be premium. What we could see potentially though, like we did see last year, is that maybe mid-month August is now going to be dedicated to another set of swimsuit characters, this time though for males. Last year, for the first time, we did get swimsuit Byakuya and also Jushira as a new banner, which is quite noteworthy given that we haven't had a male swimsuit banner since like 2017, 2016. So they by all means could do that again. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do it, which is why I did put premium. But then that leads us into the end of month of August. Now what we can see here is that we put the Brave Souls original costume poll. Remember, that was a thing that we voted for in the month of January. For those that don't know, there's going to be 2 new characters, right? I thought it was 3, but it's only 2 new characters. One is going to be a character that got the most votes, so I'm kind of excited to see what the character will be. And the second character, maybe there will be a third, I'm not too sure, but the second character is going to be a remake of a previous seasonal character that also got most votes to be remade. Now, this isn't once more guaranteed to happen in August, but what we do know, in case you aren't already aware, is that KLab plan characters 6 months in advance. It doesn't mean they take 6 months to make characters, but they plan 6 months in advance. So as we speak right now, February 15th, they probably already decided and are already in the planning stages on who the anniversary characters are going to be. We have seen in the past when a similar poll did happen, this time in April, I believe, of 2018, where we voted for an April Fool's character, and the character that got the most votes ended up being a character in-game. Now, the winner of that character poll was Leek Aaroniero, and it took 6 months for her to come into the game. And that's another example. Despite us being told by an ex-KLab employee that KLab planned 6 months in advance, that's another example of 6 months' time for us to get the character. So that's why I'm expecting this character poll, original costume poll, to happen at the end of month of August at the earliest, or maybe potentially end of month of September. Now, by all means, they could get the characters out a tad bit earlier. Maybe end of month of May could be the original costume poll winners. But my guess is going to be August, and I'm going to assume that they would announce the winners in a previous Banker livestream, maybe the Banker livestream that does happen for the 9th anniversary in July. Now, it's hard to know if this original costume poll banner would be worth summoning on because we don't know the characters, right? If it ends up being a 1000-year Blood War character, let's say Bambietta in a seasonal outfit, I'm going to have to summon. I really am going to have to summon. If it's another Ichigo, though, I'm probably going to skip it, but we'll see when the time does come. That then leads us into September. I'm expecting mid-month to be premium, and then once more end of month to be a 1000-year Blood War. My hope, and I feel like it's just the best balance, is that we do get a 1000-year Blood War banner every 2 or so months. In my opinion, it's the best way to balance, having enough orbs for the next 1000-year Blood War banner, giving enough time for people to save their orbs, while also at the same time having something exciting every other month. A 1000-year Blood War banner coming out longer than every 2 months, I think will get a tad bit boring and stale in between those waiting periods. Every month, I feel like is too much. Every 3 months, I feel like is too little. Every 2 months, I think is the perfect balance. No guarantee KLab stick to that, though. October, I'm going to assume is going to be dedicated to Halloween. Last year, I actually did guess that we were going to get 2 Halloween banners back-to-back, and we actually got that. No guarantee they do that this year, but I do like to think that KLab are going back on giving us Halloween characters again. A few years ago, they kind of stopped doing Halloween banners altogether. Nicely to them back, and this year, I'm hoping for some original designs. Because last year in 2023, we actually did get remakes. I don't mind remakes every now and then, but I do want to see some new designed Halloween characters. November mid-month, I'm expecting to be premium. November end of month, I'm expecting to be 1000-year Blood War. If anything, this could be a really exciting premium end of month banner. For example, 2 years ago, we did get the triple Aaroniero banner. Would love to see that banner return for other Spider or potentially big characters like Ichigo and Aizen. November end of month, I feel like is a good time to do that. And then that, of course, leads us into December, which we briefly talked about already. Mid-month is always guaranteed to be Christmas characters, and then the end of month banner, aka end of year, is always going to be one of the biggest banners of the year, and they're going to end off the year with 1000-year Blood War. My guess, though, of course, would be some really exciting Season 2 1000-year Blood War characters, maybe some characters like Lie, Arskin, Gerard, Pineda, Bankai Senjumaru, the final fight characters that we saw at the end of Season 2. But at the same time, it's also important to understand that we are going to be getting the 1000-year Blood War anime in the year 2024, Season 3. As of right now, we're looking at potentially a summer release, maybe fall release. So it could come out in July. If it does start in July, there's a potential chance we maybe get Season 3 characters at the earliest, at the end of December. If not, and it airs near the end of the year, let's say it starts around September, October time, then I'm not expecting any Season 3 characters in the year 2024. But with that said, lads, that was basically the breakdown and prediction timeline that I'm expecting in the year 2024. For the most part, we are going to be wrong here, keep that in mind. But me personally, as someone that spends money on this game, as someone that, wants to more so save for these 1000-year Blood War banners, the exciting banners, right? You can always potentially guess when the next big banner is going to follow. And right now, my guess is that February end of month is going to be really exciting. If for some reason it's not, the last 4 years it has been the first big banner of the year. I'm expecting March to be big, and I'm also expecting April to be big. May is going to be the cooldown month. Usually that's how it goes. June is dedicated to the swimsuits. July, of course, is the anniversary. Make sure you have orbs for that. And then anytime after the 9th anniversary, post-July, I'm expecting us to get the Brave Souls original costume characters, the winners for that. And then maybe we might even see an increase in 1000-year Blood War banners. Again, it's hard to predict when we might get another 1000-year Blood War mid-month. That could happen, anytime really. And who knows, we could always potentially get back-to-back end-of-month 1000-year Blood War banners. That's entirely possible. But it's hard to predict that, right? But either way, the main thing to take away from this video, if you are new, never really summon on mid-month banners. they're never really worth it. Most of the time they are premium. The only ones maybe worth considering doing the discounts are 1000-Year Blood War and seasonal mid-months. And even then, largely most importantly, the only mid-month banners really worth summoning on were the Toshiro banner for his guild quest potential, and also the 1000-Year Blood War banner because Esnot and Byaku were in there. They were really exciting characters, character-wise. They were the only two banners, mid-month banners I even pulled on, and I rarely ever pull on mid-months. I always skip them. I always save my orbs for end of month, and as of late, the only end of month banners that get my orbs are 1000-Year Blood War banners. So those are the main banners you want to summon for. And I'm expecting our next 1000-Year Blood War banner to be at the end of February. Either way though, hope you liked and enjoyed the video. I'll see you later next time. Take care and peace.